Welcome back to Change Talk Wednesday, a part of the Rivers Women's Initiative. Today we will be discussing how to put your wins into perspective. Life has given us a grandiose perspective on the things that we do. So much so that oftentimes we don't remember to count the small wins and small successes. Today you might have gotten up and you might have just done one thing better than you did last time. Today you might have got a promotion on your job and thought to yourself, this isn't really what I want, but at least it's something. Today you might have fathered or mothered your children better. Today you might have had one small win and just overlooked it. But let's take the time to put these wins into perspective. When we look at the scriptures in 1 Samuel chapter 17, verse 36 through 37, the scripture tells us a story of a great man named David. And the scripture reads, "Thy servant slew both the lion and the bear, and this uncircumcised Philistine shall be as one of them. Seeing he hath defied the armies of the living God, David said moreover, the Lord that delivered me out of the paw of the lion and out of the paw of the bear, he will deliver me out of the hand of the Philistine. And Saul said unto David, Go, and the Lord be with thee." In this scripture, we're seeing a very valiant scene of a simple, humble shepherd boy who was willing to go forth and destroy and totally obliviate one of the giants of the Philistines. But where did this young man grow this courage from? Was he just born arrogant or prideful? It's none of these things. David cites his small wins, and he says, I defeated a bear once upon a time, and I defeated a lion, and I'm confident that the God that took me out of the hand of the bear and the God that took me out of the paw of the lion, that same God will preserve me from the Philistine. It's time that we recognize that our small wins are adding up to a greater goal. Maybe your Goliath hasn't come along yet, but the small wins that you've gone through, the small trials and the tribulations that you've gone through that have made you the victor that you are preparing you for a greater story. David the Great started off as a simple shepherd boy, but look at the scriptures and how we read of his fame now. For those of you that are sports fans, let's put it like this. People play in the NFL not for the day-to-day games. They play because they know the big game is coming, the Super Bowl. Each small win gets them one step closer to winning the grand finale and winning it all at the Super Bowl. When is your Super Bowl coming? When is that last moment? When is that great moment for you? When is that great win? I sure don't know, but God does. And the small wins that you have right now, we ought to be grateful for because they're adding up to a greater story. Be encouraged.